Hello there everyone, this is Alex from Hardcorian Guide. It's bringing you my guide for God of War on God Mode, and today we're doing the first chapter, part, level, whatever you want to call it, stage. I don't know what to call them yet. We'll call them parts, I guess, because it's just like with Kingdom Hearts. I mean, yeah, they have worlds and stuff, but I kind of just split up into parts. If I have actual legit chapter-like games where you can go back and select chapters, I'll probably start calling them chapters, or, you know, art file, whatever, like what I did with Metal Gear Rising. This one's odd, because I don't know. I like God of War. At the time of this recording, well, this commentary, I'm actually in a pretty good mood for doing this. Last time I tried to do it was like a couple days ago, or like a day or so ago. Today's Tuesday, like July, I don't know, 11th, and it's like 8:30 at night. And yeah, you probably hear the bugs in the background. Please ignore that. It's just environmental problems. Nothing I can really do about that. Just gonna have to go with it for the guide. So, this took a while for me to do commentary for, because I guess I just fell in the mood for doing it. Or I just didn't feel like doing it. I've been playing a lot of games recently. Getting back into playing Persona 5. Recently just beat Splatterhouse for a Let's Play. Didn't 100% it, unfortunately, but I tried. Just kind of gave up on that shit because it got a little too frantic and just was tired of it, I guess. My best... I didn't even know that I even had an eye on that boat back there. My best tip for this part is to grab them, the enemies, the circle, and press circle again to get the maximum, get the max orbs out of it. And as you can see, I got like 6 orbs plus out of that 34 hit combo there. When it comes to God of War, combos are pretty good things to go for, because if you couldn't tell already, I mean, you have to beat the game on either easy, normal, or hard to get God Mode unlocked anyway, so you should know this by now. Every 10 combos you get plus 2 orbs that go to your maximum orb bar. I'm going to assume, for the sake of assuming, that all of you guys have actually played this game already. Or, well, then again, most people probably haven't played it yet, and they're probably just looking for just like some kind of entertaining video to watch somebody play a hard mode of, which I can understand that. So, I will assume that most people know what's going on or have a good idea, good grasp of what you can and can't do in this game. This first part here, the bosses in God of War on God Mode take a little bit longer to kill off than they do in any other mode, especially hard mode. God Mode is a decent leap from hard mode. It really is. You don't have to beat hard mode in order to get God Mode. I just do it because it's like, fuck it, it's like the closest thing, so I might as well get my rust out while I could. Oh god, this was a long time coming. As you can tell, I'm already exhausted just from fucking doing commentary for it. Again, I don't hate the game. I never have, never will. It's an awesome fucking game. It's a classic game. We had it back on the PS2 years ago. I beat it then. I have stories of the game, but we could save that for another time, or probably later on in this video. Because right now we're fighting out this boss. And again, like I said, the bosses of this game take a while to kill. And I think that's because of the game being on the hardest difficulty setting, of course. That's one reason, but it's ridiculous how hard, not how hard they are to kill, but how fucking long it takes. Because you'll know, like, when we get to areas of the final boss area, god, it will go on for a while. And I recently learned something. I mean, I've beaten the game on God Mode without it before, but I recently learned of a trick that is actually useful in the final boss. If you guys were curious as to what it is now, I'll tell you. If you don't want to know, spoilers ahead. I already said the final boss's name, so there's that. Basically, when you go to hug your wife, you get rage back. You get rage meter back. I didn't know about that. I'm fucking stupid. I had no idea for that for fucking years. For how long this game's been out. Like almost 15 some years? No, it's way later than that. This game came out like what, 2005, the original? 2005, 2006? Sometime like I was in like middle school or 5th grade or some shit at the time. Shows you how old I was. And we had it for PS2 because we got it from, I think, my ex-uncle. I think he lended us a copy of it and we bought our own or some shit. Oddly enough, my parents didn't mind me playing it, even though this game has a lot of nudity and violent behavior. I was afraid of the game for a while, actually. It scared the shit out of me. A lot of games did when I was a kid. intense blood and gore and just the way you basically murder things in this game just kind of scared me as a kid. That's all. Now it's just like, it's another fucking chore. And, well, basically, so back in my PS2 days, I had actually beaten, well, I was getting close to beating the game on God Mode. I got to the final phase of Ares, and then the game fucking froze, and I was like, oh, are you kidding me? And it was funny, my mom, for the longest time, thought my dad beat this game on God Mode. No, it was me. I was so, like, heartbroken when I heard that. I was like, but I was the one that did it. Like, I finally came back and restarted the whole thing, did it again, and beat him. Just fine. It's... the first phase, I think, is probably probably the second easiest. What was that noise? Anyway, probably like the first easiest boss, I'd say, or phase. Excuse me, sorry, I have apparently fucking gout, what's it called? That inflammatory disease that you get in your throat. Probably like bronchitis or something by this point. Well, anyway, the second phase I think is the hardest, and the last phase I think is probably the easiest, because you can chip away at his health bar and gain health on yours. So we'll see that when we get there. I already have 2 videos recorded, 1 edited. This is the one right now. I've had these recorded for a long time. Not a long time, but like I think a few weeks ago. I think before I went on vacation. So this was probably like last month sometime. So it's not too far away. It's not that far. I just got lazy. I just had other things on my mind at the time. I was streaming Crash. You can go check that on my main channel. If you don't know my main channel already, go to my channel page here on Hardcorian. Go check it out there. It's Turd Monkey 4297. So, back to talking about God of War. If you couldn't tell, the first level, basically has a shit ton of boss fights you have to deal with. Now, these bosses all range from the same boss because they're all fucking Hydra. But they do change attacks a bit, except for the second to last 2 bosses. They're the same as this one, where they basically slam their head on the ground in a certain, pattern, and then they just spin their head around. You can block it. Just pay attention to all the visual and audio cues that I give off while I'm playing the game. Because to me, explaining God of War is something you have to see. I don't know exactly how to put... I don't know how to put this game into words, so basically my commentary is here for nothing. If you just watch what I'm doing and just see how I'm doing it, you should be fine. God of War on God Mode is a scary thing to do at first. Once you've beaten... Well, that's something dickish to say. Once you've beaten the game, you're good. Well, yeah, I said it for every game. It's just... Once you've actually done it enough... Well, okay, once you've done it enough, yeah, you're going to get better. That's obvious. We already know that. You can't... Not all of us can fucking jump into a game and just instantly be, professional at everything we do in our lives, now can we? So... Basically, how do I put this? God of War is a scary game to do at first for God Mode because you don't know the limitations of what you can do. What I'm trying to get at is like, at first when I did it, I didn't really know how the enemies were going to act. I knew they were going to act the same way they did, like they always do. Everybody has the same pattern, but I get that feeling of paranoia whenever I'm doing a game on hard, like, how hard are these guys gonna hit me? Things like that. Simple things that some people just, pass off as like, oh, it's just part of the game. That's the point. Which, it's true. That's part of the game. Whenever you go up a difficulty, yeah, enemies are gonna hit you harder. That's obvious. That's basically common sense. It's just, it's still, oh yeah, those bastards. It still kind of gets to me when I play God of War, because I'm not always afraid of, like, what I have to do. It's more of, like, how hard are these guys going to kill me? And I don't know, like, okay, and mainly in this first area. Because when I got to the second area, I had confidence again. I finally got my confidence back. And it's weird, because I see God of War differently than I guess most people... I don't know if most people see it the same way. To me, God of War on God Mode isn't that hard anymore. It's just... How do I... God, this is fucking difficult to say. It's gotten so easy to me, it's boring. That's how fucking retarded it's gotten. And God of War God Mode is a very good difficulty mode. It's actually one of the very first games that even introduced me to the concept of hard mode. Just having something to strive for. To challenge myself for. Because, yeah, there was other games that had hard mode as well. And there were games that were hard back when I first played them. Like Crash Bandicoot and the original ones. Hell, even Spyro apparently was hard to me. Fucking Tomb Raider. Yeah, I didn't really play it when I was a kid. My mom did. And that looked fucking hard on its own. And it is hard nowadays. To me, it is. And you jump to something like this, and you see God mode, and you're like, this is going to be hard. But I guess I've played it for so many fucking years, and I've done it so many times. I've platinumed the game. I've platinumed the first 3. It's just... Guys, this shit gets old. I'm sorry, but you're going to kind of hear me do that a lot in this playthrough. Just be glad I'm even taking the time to fucking do commentary for it now. Because I could be doing Persona 5. I could be playing that right now instead of this. But, you know, I figured. I got home. I think it's time we do this. You guys have been waiting for a while. Been very patient with me. I appreciate that so much. I'm going to try my best to not sound like a dick throughout the entire playthrough. Which I've noticed that my Let's Plays and my commentary have been basically becoming for the longest time now. I've just been nothing but a fucking dick. And bear with me, I'm sorry, but just remember, I played this game so damn much, it just gets stale. It does. It was kind of fun going back in it again, a little bit at first, but then once I got to like the gates of Athens, I took down the Cyclopses and went to go fight Medusa, or the first Gorgon. Or was it Medusa? I think they said it was Medusa the first time. I just felt the sense of like, here we go again. And once we get to, the fuck's it called? It's not the desert Lost Souls, but I think the place a little further after. When you're going to get those necklaces, those 2 necklaces, that satyr area, satyr, I'll call them satyrs for the sake of it. Those motherfuckers suck dick. Well, they're not hard anymore, but I mean, that whole fucking maze area? No, fuck that. That's boring as fuck to me. I really don't mean to sound like a complete total douchebag. And I know I am. For sure. And I can't apologize enough for this, but you got to see it in my eyes. I've played this game too fucking much. I got tired of this shit. I got fucking tired of it. I got tired of God of War 1, 2, 3. Chain of Olympus is okay. I'm gonna be doing a Let's Play of that again sometime soon. That one's still pretty good in my eyes. 2 bores me. 3 bores me. The first one bores me. Chain of Olympus is okay. Ghost of Sparta I just don't like. Ascension is like kind of iffy. Like there's sometimes I like it and sometimes I don't. Yeah, you can literally waste all your magic in that one room right there, get a pretty good combo out of that, and come back out here and grab more magic again. You don't have to worry about saving the game unless you're actually really that afraid of fighting this next boss. These next bosses are shit tier to any boss of God of War at all. This Mama Hydra, the fucking first Hydra was harder than this one. It's actually pretty sad. So, a little trick you can do. This has been passed down throughout generations of God of War players. If you want to get good distance when you... Basically just getting good distance. The trick is, whenever you roll, after your roll basically ends, pretty much when you land on your feet, press square and keep rolling. Just keep tapping square while you roll. You'll get some good distance. You can basically avoid all this whole mist breathing shit that these guys do. I call it mist breathing because, I mean, they're breathing in the rain. You can see that. That's actually a pretty good detail. I like that. I just always figured it was some kind of like mist breathing technique thing, some shit. Either way, basically when they suck you in, when they vacuum you in, you can pretty much avoid having to fight the other one if you don't want to waste your time fighting the other one because it gets annoying. It's like, okay, quit passing me around like a fucking, little football over here. Like, I just want to fucking kill one of you guys and just be done. Also, if you're new to my channel, welcome. Sorry for the cursing, but that's just what I do normally. I'm trying my best to do this guide as best I can for you. I am not the best at commentary. I'll try my best. Just, again, bear with me. I've done this game so much, it's just to the point where talking about how to do things is just, it's basically, to me, it's pointless. Because you can see everything I'm doing on here. There's nothing I'm hiding. I'm not hiding any tricks. If I was, I would tell you, which I just did, one. You can also do triangle when you roll as well. But if you're going for an upgrade run, a full upgrade run, which I'm going to be doing, one of these days I want to do a no upgrade run. I continue that, actually. I got halfway through the game, got to the Desert of Lost Souls, and just stopped. I don't know if I either got bored or just kept dying, got pissed off. I don't know what it was. I got decently far. I think I got past that, actually. No, I think the last place I left off was grabbing that one handle with the falling floor. And there's sirens in there. Yeah, that's where I left off. That's right. I always think of that as the desert for some reason. That's like near Pandora's Temple. Yeah, like I could even name off the fucking levels. Some of them, not all of them, but if that's not good enough to tell you that I need to stop playing this fucking game, then I don't know what is. This may or may not be the last time. No, it probably won't be the last time I play this game. I'm sure it won't. I just never had that feeling of doing it. There's nothing that strives me to play this game any more than just doing a God mode playthrough. And that's it. It's sad. It's fucking sad. And same thing with Sarah from 17 when he does God Hand. He can only play the game in hard mode because you can't go back. You can't physically do that to yourself. That's basically masochism right there. You're fucking torturing yourself because you're so bored out of your damn mind while you're doing easy mode. Because you've done hard mode so much. Nothing else is challenging to you. That's why games need replay value. And God of War has it. It does. It's just I've lost that feeling long ago. And I'm starting to feel the same way with BioShock 2. Like the first one, that's what I meant. I know I said 2 as in like also, but just to clarify, I also kind of felt the same way with BioShock. Like I'm just losing my touch. I think I'm just getting old. That's what I think is going on. Like, I'm just losing my touch in all these games and stuff. I just can't seem to want to spend the time to focus on a game that needs my attention. And right now, God of War needs it, but I'm not giving it any. And I know that. I'm a shitty fucking gamer for it. Oh, by the way, hold block and you won't be able to fall off. There you go. Also, when he goes to attack with his mouth, just use Poseidon's Rage. And you can get some nice magic out of it. Right back. Again, I would be more enthusiastic like I was with Kingdom Hearts, but this is just nothing I can be enthusiastic about. I can't fake it. I'm sorry. I've just been having a hard time trying to even just go through life normally recently. I've changed a little bit. Like, just recently, one of my goals, like my long-term goals I had in mind, I had 3. I had 3 goals in my life that I wanted to complete. I tell people this all the time, because now I'm not really that embarrassed to talk about it. It was get a good job, and then it was get a good house, and then get a kid. I'm skipping all the fucking dating bullshit because I don't like people. I just don't have a sense of ever wanting to impregnate a woman because I feel like that's not the answer. That's not what I want in life. So, I, for some reason, had a falling out. That's what I think the word was I was looking for, was falling out, the 2 words. I just thought to myself, what am I fucking doing? I actually sat down one day and thought to myself, Jesus Christ, what have I done with my life? What have I been doing? What am I gonna do? Because my job sucks ass. Yeah, it pays well, but it fucking sucks. I'm not happy with it. I'm not happy anywhere. Only when I'm around friends and family that I care about. And even then, some of them don't even like me. But I know who does. I know which friends and family do. And that's good enough for me. I can give 2 shits less about any of them. Like, even one of my family members on my dad's side, there was one I used to be around quite a bit, and I really loved much. And now I barely even see her. So, fuck her. I don't even care. Like, if she came around and wanted to hang out, no hard feelings. You know, I'd hang out with her, but that's it. There's just nothing else there anymore. I don't feel it. I don't know. It just... Yeah, I have troubles. And then, of course, for some reason, my stepsister wanted to see me one day. There's like a while where she wanted to see me, and I'm like, what? No, you don't. You don't want to see me. And then when I go to see her, like, I feel like she doesn't want me there anyway. So just... I know she didn't really mind. We're at a baby shower thing, and she was just basically leading it, I should say. And I don't know. I'm indifferent. I'm different than everybody. I'm strange. But I know where I belong. Well, I know where I kind of belong. I know who I belong with. Again, my 2 brothers. And I guess my sister, Jordan, as well. We're all kind of just degenerates in our own little world, and my parents accept that, and that's good enough for me. So, anyway, folks, sorry about this whole negative first part, but again, I'm sorry. Enthusiasm will not be too high on this one. I'll try my best. Just don't expect it too often. Don't expect this playthrough too often. Yeah, don't expect too many parts, because I might not upload or play that much. Anyway, folks, without further ado, I'll see you in the next episode. So take care, everybody.